Okay, so we're back with part 4 with our beginner-friendly Space Invader-y sort of tutorial. It's not exactly Space Invaders as we talked about, but it's really good sort of intro to the basics. All right, so if you are coming in at this video, it might be best to just go and check out the other 3. We go over a lot of stuff you're going to need to know, especially if this is your first time making a game. And if this is your first time making a game, this is a great place to start. So, in this one, what we're doing is we're adding the graphics. Okay, so we're adding ships, we're adding explosions, which we did actually in the last video, but we're going to add some particle effects and all that kind of stuff. Right, so I actually want to search for top-down Star Trek ships because I want my game to be like Star Trek. Right. So if you can find a PNG that's got transparency, good for you. But if you can't, I'm going to show you how to cut out your image using a free piece of software called Photop, which is fantastic. Now, if you're going to be cutting out an image, what you want is contrast, okay? So something like this, with a black background where this has been predominantly white on the front. In fact, I'm going to use this. This looks like a great image for me. So I'm going to right-click. I'm going to save image as. I'm going to make sure it's a JPEG or a PNG, or just not something really weird file type, because sometimes you do get some really weird file types. That's fine for a name. I'm going to hit save onto the desktop, but it should just pop down here. Now I'm going to go to Photop. So I'm going to open up my browser and open Photop. And then I'm going to drag that in and it's going to open it up for me. Right, so what I want is, it's already facing the right direction. Look, because remember, this is 0, so we don't have to rotate it. But I want to cut it out against the black background. So I'm going to come up here to the lasso tool. I'm going to click and hold on the arrow in the bottom right-hand corner. And I'm going to let go and click magnetic lasso. Okay, I'm going to hold Alt and middle mouse button to scroll in. And then I'm just going to click somewhere. And because the background is so contrasty, I should not have much trouble just cutting this out. But because it's quite a low res image, we are getting a few problems, but nothing that I don't think we can't work with. We might find that this is just a little bit too low resolution and that we just need to find a higher resolution image. But just follow your image around, clicking every so often to place these squares, but don't click too often because it will try and finalize the shape if you do. All right, and then we've got the shape cut out. Now what we want to do is come to select, and we want to inverse our selection. So now everything is selected except for what we selected, and then hit delete, and there you go. Right, simple as that. Now we have our ship cut out. We can come to File, Export, PNG. Make sure it's a PNG because we want the transparency, and hit save. Now all we need to do to get it into our game is, I think let's place that onto our desktop just to make sure it's there. Okay, and then go into Space Invaders clone, go to layout 1, double click on your player to open it up. And then what we want is we want to go to here, load image from file, and then just find the image. This one with the transparent background. It loaded in the correct way. It's a little bigger than our initial image, but we can change the size and do all that kind of stuff if we find that it isn't perfect. And there we go. Let's just hide that. Okay, now we actually have a ship. I'm going to make that slightly larger. I just think it's a little small. Okay. All right, cool. So now we've just got to go do the same for the enemies. So we've got Star Trek. Let's try Klingon, I guess. Or Borg. But they're just square cubes, aren't they? On ships. Okay. You'd be surprised what you can find just asking for top-down ships. Yeah, something like that. Let's see what else there is. That's better because it's on a black background, so we're going to go for that. So right click. Oh, something wrong with my mouse. Save image as desktop. Save it. Bring it into Photo P. I'm just going to hit. I just do this to reload it up. It just makes it quicker. Place that into there. All right, and then go in and do the same thing we did before. And cut it out. But again, we want to have it facing the correct way. So we transform and we flip it 90 degrees. Magnetic lasso, and we just go through the same process. Just following along the edge, clicking every now and again, where you feel it might not, where it might struggle to register the correct location. But if it's a really good, strong image like this against a black background, you barely have to click. I'm just literally following the edge. Oh, following the edge around. Just clicking at bits like that where it didn't quite read it. But these magnetic lasso tools are fantastic. So they do read mostly everything. See that where it's in shadow a little bit, struggled with. And of course, you could just take a lot more time than I'm taking here and get this 100% perfect. It won't even take you that much longer than I've done. I really don't like that edge there, so I'm gonna have to go and do that again. What I'm gonna do is not have these guns. I'm just gonna cut them off here. Let's go round and round. And we've cut this gun off, so that's fine. Just don't mess it up now. Okay, and then it's just the same thing. So we go to layer, now select, inverse the selection, hit delete. Now we've got what we want. Then we go to file, export PNG. Yeah, so this is much bigger than we would need it to be, but that's fine. Hit save, and then just make sure we have it on the desktop. So that's where I'm going to search for it. And then come back to here, go to our enemy, double click on him to open him up. Now, of course, we want him to face the correct way, so we may have to do some code, or we can just probably change it with this. We'll see. So, because there's multiple ways to do that, it doesn't have to be the way that we did it initially. So come up here to add a new image, find the image that we want. So this is way bigger, but also should be fine. And we want it to face, so we can rotate him here. Look, we can flip and rotate. So I think we want it to face this way. So yeah, that should work. Let's just see how that looks. Okay, honestly, it looks kind of weird, but you get the point. I didn't spend a long time cutting these guys out, so they do look a little bit off. I might go back and do that again when I'm in between videos. But we'll keep going, and I'll show you how to add the space background and get rid of all this stuff and get it nice and polished up. I think we should be finishing for this game in this video. Right, so again, we just want a space background. So let's just type in space background. And we don't want anything like this because it's too much. We just want something kind of blank. Something that's just going to work as a background, something like this. Yeah, that's perfect, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to save image as. It's nice high resolution. I'm just going to call it BG. Save it to my desktop, and then drag it in. So from here, I can just drag this in. Okay, and you're going to be like, oh, well, it's covering everything up, so it's broken. But no, it's not. But just stretch it out like that. If you hold down Shift as you stretch, you can keep the ratio of things. All right, so I'm holding shift now, and it'll keep the ratio best it can. I'll plug that in again. I'm holding down shift just to keep the ratio of the image. Now, right click on this, Z order, send to the bottom of the layer, and there it is. Okay, so right now we're nearly there. But what we want to do is change our bullet, because our bullet is black against the black background, so that's no good. So what we might be able to do is actually find a laser sprite. If not, we can quickly make one. But I just want you to see that you can pretty much get everything by just doing a search. Okay, it says that has transparency, but I'm not sure if it does or not. Good way to check is just click on it, right click on it, save image as. It is a PNG, so if we hit save onto the desktop and then go to the desktop, no, I don't think it is transparent. I don't think it has transparency. But that never stopped us before, so let's go here. Refresh this. Drag in the PNG. And then grab our magnetic lasso tool and go around it. That would have been just as easy to create one of these ourselves. I just want to show you that you can pull mostly anything online. Inverse, delete, and then go to File, Export PNG, save. Now put that onto the desktop. This is why my desktop's a complete mess. And then in here we can open it up. So, laser. Okay, and that does need to be rotated a specific way. It needs to be rotated that way, I believe. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay, it's starting to look a lot better, even though that has a slight wonk on it. It weirdly has a slight wonk on it, but it's fine. For your first game, if you've just been able to follow along, that's great. Now we have some more problems with the text. So if we go to the text here, we can't see it because it's black. So click on the text over here and then come over to the color. And then I'm just going to set this to be like a yellow. Right up here. Okay. So now that text is yellow. Do the same with this one. Roughly the same. Right. So now we can see our lives in our score. You can also make these a little bigger as well. So if you're not happy with the size of these, you can change the size down here, the size of the font. So you will also have to change the size of the box as well. So let's just quickly do that. So I'll take that to 24. Like I say, you might have to change the size of your actual box so that you can see the text. Okay, so now we've got that. Right, so if you're having problems with things in the layout that shouldn't be there, create a new layout by coming over here onto layouts and then just add layout. Don't add an event sheet, so add layout only. Okay, and then just everything that you want in a layout but you don't want in your layout one, just place in there. So for a bullet, for instance. Now if I delete this bullet, it's not going to give me an error because it has it in this layout. Okay, it's a bit confusing, but that's it's playing layout 2 now, so make sure you're on layout 1 and hit play. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it for this basic introduction. Okay, a really basic introduction, right? Some of the things we might want to do to polish this up: when the bullet hits the enemies, we want the bullet to destroy as well. Okay, so on line 3, add action, play a bullet, destroy. Okay, so that's going to destroy itself now. We want that to happen up there so that they're not going through. What else could we do? Let's get rid of all the stuff that's visible that we don't want to be visible. So click on the spawner and under here where it says initial visibility, we want to click that to be off. So that's not visible in game. Do the same with the player spawner. We don't want that to be visible in game. And hit play. And there we have it. Your very first simple but awesome, has to be said, awesome little game. Now, one last thing. If you're like, I don't want the lasers to fire from where they're firing, let me explain why they're firing from where they are. So if you come and open up your player and come here to where it says image points, and you'll see there's an origin image point right there. Now, let's say we want our guns to fire from here and not here. Well, we could just move that origin point over here, but the origin point is used for a lot of things like where to spawn and all this, that, and other. So really, you want your origin point to be in the center. So, but what we can do is come over here, right click, add an image point, and this is going to be called image point 1. And now wherever I click, so if I click here, it'll place it there. If I click a little bit out here, it'll place it there, which is what I'm going to do. And now if I come back to my code where I'm spawning the bullet, so it's on the space bar, it says here where do I spawn the bullet. So if I open that up, right now it's set to image point 0. If I set that to 1 and then hit play, you'll see now my lasers are spawning in a correct place. Okay, actually I'm going to do another video on adding sound. Okay, that's the last thing I'm going to do is add some sound. So this is like a full project, but we'll do that in the next one. We're running out of time on this one. So I'll catch you in the next one.